Hello everybody, today we are going to be making the Ninja's Edge backpack from Fortnite. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay, now that you've seen what it looks like in-game, let's start to make a full-size drawing of it on a piece of cardboard, and then we can cut that out and use that as our template. So for this, the last half an hour, maybe more, I drew out this thing. This is the template I'm going to be using, as you've just seen. So I'm thinking that there's these two swords in this kind of case. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just cut out the swords and make the swords first, and then make this casing and all that stuff around them. And I think that'll be the easiest way to go about it. So I'm going to cut out the swords from this, the rest of this part, and then start making them using these as my template. Okay, now we have two of these. You may think they look similar. They are not actually. They are actually different. If you look at the way the angles are, they're not the same. They're two different pieces. So next, I need to work on making the little pieces that go like right here, that separate the handle from the blade. So let's throw up the reference photo once more, just to see where we're at in terms of progress. Okay, let's start on the handle. Okay, I have just, as you've seen, made the two swords.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
And then, if I can get this off, I made these out of foam. I put a template for this on the piece of paper that you can print out if you would like. And I kind of sanded the edges of my Dremel so that they're kind of like pointed, and there's like this almost, and there's like a little strip in the middle. You get what I mean. I kind of rounded the edges a little bit. I also, since my foam mats had texture on one side, I had to sand that texture off of the one side before I did all this. And I cut the hole in this a little bit smaller than I thought I would need, just because the foam can stretch a little bit, and that way it's a nice tight fit. I'm not going to glue it on quite yet, because I don't really need to. So now I'm going to start on the whole rest of it, the cases kind of goes in, and figuring out how everything needs to fit in for these to be able to go into them. Okay, so I have tried multiple different times to make the casing. Let me unbury stuff. I kind of have a lot piled up, but so here are the two blades. So the first time, I've tried it twice, as I said, both have failed. I'm not sure if I said that right yet, but yes, both times have failed. This one was good. This is kind of the right idea, how it wraps around like right here, but it just like, if you can see, when I pull it out, like they don't line up like that. So then that one was scrapped. And this one, I started cutting apart just because once it was folded like this, the gap in here was way too wide for the blades. The blades were like, it was like this big. So hopefully third time's the charm. Okay, thankfully third time was the charm. I ended up, these showed you before, these with various other attempts that I kind of got rid of. And so now I have this. I think it looks really awesome. It's always exciting where you get to that halfway point or some kind of midway in your build where all of a sudden you're like, oh, this looks like what I want it to be. And you're like, kind of feel like you've been doing this for some actual reason instead of just making piles of random garbage and cardboard. And it doesn't actually look like anything. So that's exciting. And since this build is kind of taking a lot longer than I thought, and I haven't had enough time to actually work on it, I'm going to actually have multiple parts to this video. So you'll be watching part 1 right now, and then next week I'll come out with part 2 by the time I've actually finished this build. So click up there if maybe you're watching this later and part 2 has already come out, and if not, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so that you get an update when the video does come out. So I hope you did enjoy this part 1, and I hope to see you next week.